welcome out to Bryan High School, where tonight the Bryan Lady Bears play host to the Tigers of Liberty Center in the NWOAL opener on the Golden Bears Sports Network. Good evening, everybody. Good cold evening. I'm Chris Malenga alongside Jim Funderburg. And Jim, opening up the league schedule, all that other stuff goes out the window because season number 2 starts tonight.
Yeah, it's a whole lot of fun here to be able to get together tonight and watch the NWOAL open up play tonight. Ladies all around the area opening up tonight. The boys open up pretty much next week on Thursday, actually. And it's kind of an unusual situation the way that all plays out. As we talk today on the queue with Randy and Andy, you know, there's some of these guys over on the other side, the Swantons and the Evergreens and the Deltas and the Evergreens. They've already played a game against one another that was a non-conference game. And what it comes down to is it's a good gate. I mean, you got people around the area. That way they get a home and home. And I think there's an awful lot of sentiment, and we talked about that a little bit today, to maybe eventually have the NWOAL do what the BBC and some of the other conferences do and force a home and home situation with all these teams. That way you get a game at home and you got to travel and go play on their place one time as well.
Yeah, that's a good situation. Again, not only for the gate, but also for these teams to kind of split over the season, because otherwise you see them once and
that's it.
It's over.
And it's over and it's done. And if you have a bad night, or if you have somebody that's got a bad, an injury of some sort, I mean, that's what we talked about a little bit today. I mean, there's guys all around the league, especially on the boys' side, that teams have had injuries early, and now you've got one of your better players out early in the season. You're trying to win a league championship, and you only get one shot. The way everything lays out this year, some of the big hitters are playing in the first couple of games of the season. If your guys are down, if your guys are sick, if there's something that's not going on, you haven't gelled, you could be out of the conference tournament, the conference championship race in week number 1.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Liberty Center comes into the game at 5-5. Again, first league game. Tim Davis is their coach. He's their third year here at Liberty Center. Last year they were 2-21, 0-8. So this team did struggle a lot last year, but this is a different team, and they're back and they're hungry and have won a couple games, gotten some wins under their belt, and they're in here tonight to try to take down this Bryan team that is coming off a third-place finish in their own holiday tournament.
Yeah, and I can't believe the Bryan girls are overly excited about the way that they finished in their own tournament over the holidays. They lost a real tough game to Stryker in overtime, 57-52. That was the best ball game really of the tournament. Yep. And it's a shame that wasn't the championship game. If you lost it, well, then you lost the championship, you lost the game. But to be bumped out in round number 1 like that, they came back the next night and won easily. But it really was a good game and a tough way to lose in your own tournament. For the Bears, they did win against Paulding in that consolation game. They came off of a 3-game losing streak before that, as they lost to Stryker 57-52 in overtime. They'd lost to Springfield 40-30, and then kind of a big loss to Defiance 67-38 in the game before that. They'd run off a couple of wins before that, a loss and a couple of wins to open up the season. But I think all in all, it's a basketball team that's playing pretty well right now. And I'm interested to see how they do play against a Liberty team that we were told today kind of prides themselves on the defensive side. So how our offense can play against Liberty's defense tonight.
Yeah, that's one thing to look at. Those losses you talked about, I believe every one of the losses was 5 points or less. So
except for the Defiance.
Yep, the Defiance loss. And all those teams either have 1 or 2 losses themselves. So it's not like they're losing to teams that aren't really good. You know what I mean?
The one thing that you look at and you scratch your head, oftentimes you like to look at common opponents when you come into a game like this. How did we do against these guys versus how did you guys do against these guys? We've got 2 opportunities to do that tonight with Bryan and Liberty. Bryan opened up the season with a win over Holgate, 48-32. Liberty lost to Holgate, 48-29. Okay.
Wow.
All right, but then you flip things. You think, okay, well, that means we got an easy ball game coming in here tonight. The other common opponent was Wayne Trace. Wayne Trace beat Bryan 62-48. And on the other side of the equation, Liberty lost to Wayne Trace 49-43.
Wow.
So you've got a situation here where you really don't know. And talking to Randy Roberts today, who's follow these guys a little closer than what we do. He feels like the team was playing poorer in the early part of the season, started to get a little momentum as things moved on, and are playing better basketball now than they were at any time of the season. And so fortunately or unfortunately for the Bears, that's who you get in your home court tonight to open up the season. This is a team that's got some size in Liberty, and we're going to have to be able to deal with that size, I would think, tonight if we're going to pull off a W tonight to open up the conference.
In their last game, Liberty Center played Maumee. They were up 26-13 at the half. Maumee came racing back, but Liberty won 41-33 at home against Maumee the other night. So that is kind of the last game they've played, and Bryan, of course, is coming off that win in the consolation game of the Holiday Classic. Why don't we take our first time out of the broadcast? When we return, we'll take a look at the starting lineups and more about Liberty Center Bryan here on the Golden Bears Sports Network. Back out at Bryan High School on the Golden Bears Sports Network, Chris Malenga alongside Jim Funderburg. It's Bryan, LC, Jim. Liberty Center, as I mentioned, beat Maumee in their last game. The game before that, they played against Northmore and won in overtime. Before that, St. Mary's, they lost by 12, but the game before that was a replacement game. They played Monclova Christian. They were originally supposed to play Emmanuel Christian on December 20th. Emmanuel Christian had a bunch of flu go through the school, and so they canceled the game. Okay. And they picked up Monclova Christian, who they beat 63-6. Ouch.
Yeah. I saw that score, and I just kept looking and digging and trying to find something that said, no, we left a 0 out on that somewhere.
They didn't.
Or a 3 or whatever. But, yeah, quite a ball game. Yeah, this is a basketball team, though, that really has some size, some good depth. They've got returners that are coming back here that have won a couple of varsity letters. You know, when you look at Emma Babcock, who's has 3 varsity letters already, and she's coming in tonight as a senior. And then you've got, Peyton Spieth and Sydney Altman. Both of them have won 2 letters. And then all in all, they're bringing in a total of 8 returning letter winners from last year. That signals that you've got some depth. You might have some younger kids on there because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those are actually younger players. But, you know, they come in with a team that's a lot of juniors, a lot of seniors, heavily lined up with the junior class right now, and a decent amount of sophomores coming into the gym tonight. But I guess just looking at them, Chris, the thing that worries me just a little bit, again, goes back to size. When you look at the team that we're going to put on the floor tonight, if we're missing something right now, and Bryan, on both the boys and the girls' sides, it's that larger sized person. When you start to go down and look at the physical size, the physical dimensions of the young ladies that come over here tonight, you've got several young ladies that are 5'8" and above. They seem like they stay that way, and they really only a couple of girls that are down below 5'7" on this team. In fact, only 1, 2. You've got Jenna Carrico and also Olivia Leatherman, 5'5" and 5'1" respectively. Past that, 5'9", 5'8", 5'7", 5'8", 5'8", 5'8", 5'6", 5'8", 5'5", 5'7", 5'11", 5'10". Not saying that that's going to be the difference here tonight. Maybe our quickness and our speed will be a good thing and make this happen a little bit. Hopefully everybody's ready to go tonight for the Bears. Hopefully they're ready to have gotten over that loss to Stryker. They opened up that game against Paulding in that consolation game a little flat.
Yeah, I was listening to that game a little bit on my drive between the wedding and reception on the Cube. Yeah. And, they did really open it up really flat. And, but able to pull out a win. And, in looking at how they've kind of spread their offense around, for Bryan, Allie Miner averaging 18.9 points per game, and Kennedy Lamberson 8.4. And then it's Delaney Miley with 5 points a game. And if you can believe it, Kayla Arnold with that big performance in that game, that only made her up to 2 points per game when you average it out over the 10 games. Meanwhile, on the other side, Peyton Spieth for Liberty Center is averaging 8.6 points per game. Megan Skeens is 9.6 points per game. Sydney Altman is 8 points per game, and Olivia Leatherman is 4.5 points per game. So they are ones that kind of spread out the scoring. There's not one person that's averaging double digits like Allie Miner is, but they do spread it out. They got a couple girls right around the 9 and 10 point mark per game, and so that is going to be something to watch as well. Well, there'll be somebody for Liberty Center that kind of picks off all the scoring.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out. Allie Miner was the one that started as slow as anybody in that consolation game, but then once she fired up and got focused in on that ball game, it was a very interesting contest for her. She ended up over 20 that night, and it was a really nice tournament for her. Ended up on the all-tournament team. It just was a nice game for them to be able to beat Paulding and be able to split that and end up third place in their own tournament. But in reality, as we all saw, I think when you look at the 4 teams that were here for that holiday tournament, it was Stryker and Bryan pretty much equal to one another. And they're really considered right now to be the 2 top teams in our county. Between Stryker and Bryan, if we've got an opportunity for either one of them, for any team out of the Williams County to go very far in the postseason this year, it's going to probably be one of those 2 teams.
Yeah, absolutely. And, it'll be interesting to see how Bryan will perform once they get in the league. You know, right now Archbold at 10-0 in the girls, and so that's really challenging. And so we'll talk more about that as we go through the broadcast. Right now we're going to take a timeout. When we come back, we'll have the starting lineups and the tip-off after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network. At Bryan High School here on the Golden Bear Sports Network. Want to thank our sponsors bringing you tonight's game: Andrews O'Neill and Lowe, the Bryan Athletic Boosters, Bryan Ford Lincoln, Bryan Main Stops, Bryan Municipal Utilities, Crew Funeral Service, Northwest State Community College, and Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home. Our scoreboard tonight being brought to you by the Main Stops of Northwestern Ohio. Don't forget there's 2 Main Stops now in Bryan, one on the east side and one on the west side. Taking a look at that starting lineup, Jim. First for the Tigers of Liberty Center, a 5'1 junior, number 1, Olivia Leatherman, a 5'9 junior, number 3, Peyton Spieth, a 5'8 junior, number 5, Sydney Altman, a 5'8 junior, number 15, Kenzie Detmer, and a 5'8 junior, number 22, Megan Skeens. Those girls averaged 4.5, 8.6, 3.3, 5.9, and 9.6 points per game. For the Bryan Golden Bears, it'll be Delaney Miley, a 5'6 senior, number 10, a 5'2 sophomore, number 12, Kayla Arnold, a 5'6 junior, number 22, Allie Miner, a 5'7 sophomore, number 24, Bailey Krupp, and a 5'8 sophomore, number 32, Kennedy Lamberson. They averaged 4.9, 2.0, 18.9, 4.8, and 8.4 points per game, respectively. Jim, it's going to be a good one tonight here at Bryan.
Oh, I think it's going to be, and around the conference, everybody gets started tonight. Swan's at Delta, Wasion's at PH, Archbold's at Evergreen, and then Liberty right here in Bryan tonight. And as you said, without anybody having played a game in the conference right now, you put Archbold on top. They are undefeated. Delta's 7-2. Patrick Henry and Swanton are both 6-4. Bryan at 5-4. Evergreen at 5-3. Liberty at 5-5, and Wasion at 0-9 here for the year so far. But it all gets wiped out tonight. Everybody gets an opportunity to start afresh as we start the NWAL. The only thing, as we talked about it before, Chris, it really doesn't help you in high school basketball past the fact that you want to win your conference championship, but everybody gets a chance to enter the big dance, so you really want to start to get playing better and better and better, and by the time February rolls around, you want to be playing your best basketball to have the best opportunity, and who knows, maybe a little magic happens at that point in time.
Absolutely, and taking a look at some of the other scores that we're going to be following tonight, it is in girls action. Holgate losing to Hicksville 20-18 at the half. Defiance and Elida all tied up at 18. We're also going to be, and that's boys, that one. We're also going to be following girls basketball, Fairview at Edgerton, Tenora at Ayersville, and on the boys side, Ottawa Glendorf at Van Wert. Those are the primary games we'll be following tonight. And of course, any others that come our way, we certainly will pass those along as well. So we're about ready to tip this one off, Jim, and keys to the game if you're Bryan.
Well, I think if you're Bryan, you want to run and run and run. This looks like a team that is built for speed and a team that is kind of a little bigger, maybe a little bit slower. Want to get off to a fast start, I think, against these guys tonight. Want to be home dominant, and you also have to find a way to get Allie Miner in the game early. Where she goes, the Bears go.
All right, the tip is away, and it comes to Bryan. It'll be Miley bringing it up over the timeline, and she'll go left side. Looking for some help. She'll dish over to Miner. Miner will drive the baseline, put up a shot. It is no good. She gets her own rebound and is fouled as she goes up for the second shot. So that'll put Allie Miner to line early to shoot 2. She wanted that baseline, Jim. She put one up and just rattled in and out and got her own rebound and then got fouled.
I'll tell you what, the nice thing is that young lady can handle the ball so well. A little crossover dribble there down on the baseline and got a look. Ball wouldn't go in, but got her own rebound, as you said, and then just got fouled trying to take it back up to the hole.
Miner, a 58% free throw shooter. She's 0 for 1 so far. That second one bricks off, and the rebound will come down to Peyton Spieth of Liberty. And she just palmed the ball and right in front of the official. They didn't call it. And the Tigers have it with Sydney Altman. Altman working. And we'll pass off to Kenzie Detmer. Then to Leatherman. They'll drive, dish off, shot up, and no good for Liberty, and they will knock the ball out. Ooh, they're going to say that one off of Kayla Arnold's hands. So it'll be Liberty Center basketball right here under the basket. A couple of these girls have really long hair, can't see their numbers. It's throwing me off. So they'll inbound. This is Leatherman. She'll bounce pass over to Sydney Altman. Now they'll feed it underneath to Kenzie Detmer, who puts it up, and that one will rattle home. So early on, the main stop scoreboard shows 2-0 in favor of the Tigers of Liberty Center. 7:04 remaining here, first quarter. Bears working against the Liberty Center press. Miley will have it over the timeline on the right side. Now she'll dribble top of the key. Over to Miner. Right side. Looking for a cutting Arnold, but isn't able to get her. Now they give it back to Miley. Miley will dribble drive. Miley over to Krupp, who puts up a shot, no good. Rebound is tipped around and finally comes down to Peyton Spieth. So the Bears cold shooting so far tonight. And the Tigers will have it with a 2-0 lead. Olivia Leatherman with the basketball. She'll dish out to Sydney Altman, who launches a three. And quickly it's 5-0 Liberty Center.
Well, that's your worst nightmare right there. The Bears 0 for 3 from the floor and 0 for 2 from the free throw line. And on the other side, Liberty Center 2 for 3 with a 3.
Underneath, they tried to feed to Krupp. It goes out of bounds and will stay. Nope, it'll say it's going to go to Liberty Center. They were trying to find Krupp on that backdoor cut, and it just didn't work. Now Liberty has the basketball in a 5-point lead just 2 minutes into this game. Peyton Spieth with the basketball, stolen away by Miley. She'll have an easy layup if she wants it. She puts it up and in, and it's good. So the first points of the game go to Miley, and it's 5-2. Liberty Center gets it over the timeline, loses the basketball, but Leatherman gets it back. Then they'll dish down, put up a shot. It is no good for Megan Skeens, and Miley will come down with the rebound, and she is going to be fouled by Kenzie Detmer. She was not shooting, so she will inbound under her own basket. Miley was just trying to cut across there and put the body on her. Miley with the basketball, looking to inbound. She bounce passes it into Krupp, loses the basketball, and then we're going to get a jump ball, and that'll go to Liberty Center. So Tigers with the 5-2 early lead and the basketball. Bears with that full court press. Inbound to Altman. Altman over to Detmer, who's working against Kayla Arnold. Back to Altman. Altman to go over the timeline and throw a real tall pass. She was looking for 22 Megan Skeens and just threw it like a football pass, and Skeens was not in position.
Pushing it down into the corner, and yeah, Skeens would have needed at least a good-sized step ladder to get that one, Chris.
So Bears with it, looking to get it over the timeline. They do. They find Kennedy Lamberson, who takes it up and in and misses the shot. Lamberson had a good look, but not a good shot. And now she will steal the basketball right back away, as Kenzie Detmer had trouble holding on to that. So this is Allie Miner with the basketball. She will give over to Miley. And now to Kayla Arnold. Arnold will get fouled as Peyton Spieth gives her the arm. And that's actually 3 team fouls now. And 2 of them are on Peyton Spieth.
Well, I'll tell you what, Spieth just lowered his shoulder basically and stepped out in front. Drew the foul. That is 2 on her, and I do, you know, that's a little more of a football play than a basketball play.
Jerica Hollenbaugh will check in for the Tigers at Liberty Center. Bears have inbounded. It is Delaney Miley over the timeline now. Finds Miner. Miner with the basketball. Miner's working against Hannah Jeffers, or Megan Skeens rather. She'll come inside, put up a nice little layup. And it's 5-4. Now, the Lady Bears victorious in the JV game, Jim.
Yeah,
So
it was a good ball game,
it was a real good game.
28-26.
3 ball in the air for Liberty. That was no good by Megan Skeens. Rebound is crashed, and I think we're going to get another foul, and that one might be on Bryan. It is. It's going to be on Delaney Miley. 2 girls going for the ball. One of them was going to get a foul.
Yeah, and Miley was the last one at the party right there, so she's the one that drew the foul. Her first foul, first team foul.
Lexi Deach will check in for the Golden Bears. Kayla Arnold will sit down. They'll inbound again, a tall pass. Olivia Leatherman with the basketball. She's working against Miley on the right wing. She'll come center, then dish off to Megan Skeens. Skeens will try to come left side, find Detmer. Now they get backdoor Olivia Leatherman, who runs into a couple of Bryan girls. And now Sydney Altman has it. They find it in the back end. Shot is missed. I think that was Detmer that missed that shot. And the rebound after a couple of tips will come down to Bryan. Allie Miner with the basketball. Miner will go left. Dish out to Miley. Miley now look to drive. Gives over to Lamberson. Lamberson will come in, then dish back out to Krupp. Krupp drives the lane. Krupp puts up a shot, and they just let her have the lane. So Bears take a 6-5 lead on the main stomp scoreboard. 3:34 remaining first quarter. Liberty Center will bring it down. Feed it underneath, and it's knocked away by Lexi Deach, and she will step on the line. But good job by Lexi Deach to steal that ball away. Kenzie Detmer will be inbounding under the basket. Detmer looks to inbound. She gives to Leatherman, who launches a 2, no good. Rebound tipped around, finally comes down to Liberty Center. And they'll try again. Driving and putting up a basket is Sydney Altman. And nice move by Altman to put that one up and in. Allie Miner will bring it up quickly to Lexi Deach. Now back to Miner. And Miner will reset it as Coach Grosjean calls out the play. Miner with the basketball. She'll go left. They converge on her, and then they'll hand off to Kennedy Lamberson, who comes right through the middle and puts up a shot, no good. Rebound comes down. It's a jump ball, and that'll stay with the Bears. So nice job by Lexi Deach to get in there and cause that jump ball, Jim.
No doubt about that. And I'll tell you what, the Bears, when they work their little their offense down here, have been able to find a hole in the defense, get some nice looks. Just not following it at this point in time for them, but they trail only by a point with 2:44 to play here in the first quarter.
Emma Babcock will come in for Liberty Center, and they inbound to Miner. Miner will give to Miley on the right side. Now back out to Miner. Miner launches a 3 ball, no good. Rebound comes in, and there's a scrum for it. And Liberty Center's Jerica Hollenbaugh comes down with that rebound. Would have been nice for Miley to hit, or Miner to hit that one. But alas, Liberty Center with the basketball. Underneath, working against Kennedy Lamberson, and knocked away. Right back to her though. Now they'll try to work it inside. It's Olivia Leatherman, who's almost out to the center circle, working against Miley. And we had a 5-second call on Liberty Center, and the Bears will inbound cross court. So nice defense there by the Golden Bears.
Really nice defense. 5 seconds as Leatherman really couldn't go anywhere but east and west, and the turnover gives the ball back to the Bears with 2:05 to play in the first quarter.
All right, bringing it up is Allie Miner. They've switched that up a little bit. Normally it's Miley that brings it up, but maybe they want Miley's a little bit more height underneath there. This is Kelly Miller, who's checked into the game. She gives to Miley. Miley lets a girl go by, then dishes back to Miller. Miller launches a 3 and gets it. Kelly Miller.
We've seen an awful lot of that out of Miller. She's able to knock that three-point shot down. And the freshman, man, I'll tell you what, a nice change and a nice bucket when we needed it.
Yep, 30% three-point shooter on the night. Or I mean on the season, rather. They feed it underneath. Shot is up and no good, and they're going to get Lexi Deach on a foul. That was Jerica Hollenbaugh that went in. No, they're not going to get Deach. They're going to get Miner.
Yep.
They were both in the vicinity.
Yeah, I think Miner was the one that got the arm, though, so I think they made the proper call with that one.
So Hollenbaugh is a 38% free throw shooter. First one is up and good, though.
First points of the game for Hollenbaugh tonight. Main stop scoreboard shows the Bears up by 1 right now, 9-8.
Second one coming from Hollenbaugh. Up and good. So we have a tie ball game now. 9 apiece. Bears will bring it up with Minor. Minor with the basketball, trying to set the offense. She'll go left to Kayla Arnold. Arnold looking for Miller. Miller on the deep side, and she traveled with the basketball, they said. So that's a turnover for the Golden Bears. How many is that on us now?
Well, I'll tell you what, that's 4 turnovers for the Bears now, 5 turnovers for Liberty Center here in the first quarter. So not the cleanest quarter and the cleanest start for either team.
Liberty brings it up with Altman working against Kayla Arnold. Now over to Detmer, Hannah Detmer. There's 2 Detmers in the game. Back to Kenzie Detmer. Now Emma Babcock, excuse me. They'll feed underneath, then back out. Altman puts up a shot with the right hand, no good. Rebound comes down, and there's going to be a push foul as Kennedy Lamberson got the rebound. I think that's going to be on Jerica Hollenbaugh. We'll see what it is. It's going to be on Hollenbaugh. That'll be her first, team 4th. Bears will inbound on the far baseline. Checking into the game is Hannah Jeffers for the Tigers. Sitting down will be Kenzie Detmer. 37.9 to go here in the first quarter of play. Minor will be bringing the basketball up. Liberty Center sets up into their half-court defense. Over to Kayla Arnold, who launches a 3. Rattles in and out. Rebound comes down to Hollenbaugh of the Tigers, and they'll go the other way with 23 seconds to play. They get it down quickly. This is Babcock. She'll try to drive the lane, runs into a couple Bryan girls and loses the basketball. Liberty able to get it back, though, with Altman. Altman racing around Kayla Arnold. Loses the basketball. Arnold grabs it, and we've got a jump ball, and it's going to be a timeout. So Coach Grosjean called the timeout while she was on the ground, and so we will keep it right here for this one and tell you that this game is, of course, on the Golden Bear Sports Network, which is BMU Channel 3, BryanSports.com, and WQCT Bryan. So if you are listening on either of those or any of those, we really appreciate it. Going to have a tape delay broadcast of this one probably Monday night when this one airs. We've also got, of course, the live stream on BryanSports.com and Q96.5. So all 3 of us bringing you the game. We're having fun with it this year, Jim.
Oh, yeah, having a lot of fun with it. I would bet that Chris Bryce will probably go in over the weekend and slave and work. And that's the kind of guy, oh, yeah, he'll go in just chop. I mean, that's the kind of guy that Chris is. It may be edited up before the night's over. No, Chris, he could work all night on this thing.
Probably, there you go.
But I think your guess at Monday or Tuesday probably is a much better guess.
You're right. So Bears will inbound and pick it up with Miley. Now to Arnold. 3 seconds to go. Arnold's going to have to launch that one. Kelly Miller will launch a big one, and no good. So at the end of the first period of play, it is all tied up on the main stop scoreboard, 9 apiece. Back after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network. Golden Bear Sports Network as we enter the second quarter of play. It's Liberty Center girls and the Bryan girls. Chris Malenga and Jim Funderburg with you on the network tonight. And the Tigers will inbound to start the second period of play. Sydney Altman will bring it up and again palms it. She has this dribble, Jim, where she just lifts up the hand and comes back down with it, and really noticeable. Megan Skeens will look to drive, and they find it wide open. Emma Babcock underneath, who misses the shot, and then rebound to Detmer, who was fouled as she was shooting. That's going to be the first foul of the night on Kayla Arnold. So that'll put Hannah Detmer to the line. She is a 50% free throw shooter. She's only played in 3 games, Jim, and she's 1 of 1 from the field.
And she's 0 for 1 from the line right now.
Yep.
How's that? That's always a good thing.
Yep, absolutely. Second one is no good. Rebound comes down to Miley. That one just ricocheted off right to Miley. And she will bring it the other way for the Golden Bears. Over to Kayla Arnold, now back to Miley. Miley, back to Arnold. Arnold thought about a three, now back to Miley. They're playing this 2-3 zone, Jim, but they're looking to double team the ball. Arnold will take one step in, put up a shot, no good. Rebound comes down to Skeens. And Skeens will bring it up to Altman now. Altman on the right side. She'll come top of the key, look for help, then dish to Babcock. Babcock will drive, now dishing back to Hollenbaugh, and the pass is stolen away by Miley, and she's gonna push it, try to get a layup. Shot up is no good, and Liberty Center will get the blocking foul. It's Sydney Altman. That'll be her first foul. It's the team 5th. And that'll put Miley to line to shoot two, and Miley was either gonna get that bucket or get a foul called.
One of the two, man, very aggressive all the way down the floor.
First one up by Miley is no good. Miley is 56% from foul shooting. We're gonna see Alyssa Schindeldecker check in.
Neither team shooting very well for the free throw line. The Bears have missed all 3 of their free throws tonight.
As a team, the Bears are shooting 57% from the line. Same thing with Liberty Center.
And Liberty's 0 for 2 as well, so neither team really, well, they're 2 for 4, I'm sorry.
Miley makes one of them, so that's the 10-9 score you see with the Bears lead on the main stop scoreboard as we go under 7 minutes to play in the first half. Liberty Center going back the other way. That's stolen away by Schindeldecker. And we're going to get a jump ball, and that should go with the Bears since Liberty Center had it to start the quarter.
Couple quick stats for you, Chris. Both teams 4 for 10 from the field in that opening period. 4 turnovers for the Bears, 6 turnovers for the Tigers. 8 rebounds for the Tigers compared to 4 rebounds for the Bears. So there's the difference. 3 points for Kelly Miller. She leads all the Bears. Miley, Miner, and Krupp with 2 for the Golden Bears.
Here is Miley. She'll drive the lane, put up a shot. It's good, and she'll head to the line again. Nice job there by Miley. Now with 5 points and a chance for a 6th. Foul is going to be on Jerica Hollenbaugh. That's her second.
Miley, her second opportunity at the free throw line. She was 1 for 2 last time here in this quarter.
That is up and good as well. So the Bears lead is extended out 13-9. And Hollenbaugh will sit down. Checking back in is Kenzie Detmer. Liberty Center now with the basketball. They'll bring it up. Leatherman over the timeline. She'll get double teamed now into the corner. And we've got a timeout by Coach Davis. Let's take a look at some scores at the half. It's Hicksville over Holgate 20-18 in girls basketball. Also girls 19-16 Fairview over Edgerton at the half. Tenora and Ayersville have not started yet. It is Defiance and Elida playing boys basketball. Elida leads that one 33-20 at the half. And also a boys game, Ottawa Glandorf over Van Werks 13-11. That game is in the second quarter of play. Let's see if we can get you some other scores while we're here in this timeout. Bowling Green over Northview in girls 25-23. It is Gibsonburg over Danbury 43-16 at the half. Ooh, that's a blowout. Lincoln View beating Allen East in the boys' side. And Ottawa Hills trailing Toledo Christian 31-23 at the half. Stolen away by Miley. And now she will look for some help. We'll give it to Miner. Miner just fakes the girl out and then gives to Schindeldecker. Needs some help back to Miner. Miner cross courts it all the way to Miley. Miley will reset the play there in the circle. Miley over to Miner. Now back to Miley. Now to Schindeldecker. They're really trying to get it inside to Lamberson, but it goes inside and gets tipped out of bounds, and it should stay with the Golden Bears, as the last one to touch it was Sydney Altman. So Lamberson will inbound under the basket. Give over to Miner. Miner has got 3 girls all around her. Loses the basketball. Bears get it back. Miner has it again. Now back to Miley. Now to Schindeldecker. They feed underneath to Lamberson, but stepping in front of the pass was a Liberty Center player, and they'll take it the other way with Peyton Spieth. Skeens with the basketball. Over to Detmer. Spieth will have it underneath. Trying to shake off her defender, Krupp. Cross-court it back out. Thinking about a three was Skeens, but she will pass back to Altman. Altman with the basketball. And Liberty Center will try to set it up. Here's Leatherman, now back to Altman. Altman drives, runs into two. Bryan Golden Bears gives to Skeens, who launches a shot, no good, and Allie Miner will come in and sky for that rebound. Quickly get it down, and what a shot. Pass and shoot. Oh, she missed the shot. That was a great pass. It was Miner to Miley, and then underneath to Lamberson, but by the time they did that little trickeration, Liberty Center was back there to disrupt that. Liberty Center with the basketball. It's Sydney Altman looking to drive. Nice little spin move. Runs into a couple Bryan Golden Bears. Will pass back out to Detmer. And now they'll reset again. Detmer will go right side now. Again, two Bryan Golden Bears. And boy, she got away with a
Well, I'll tell you
travel.
what, I think she got away with taking an extra step, maybe two, to be able to step between the two Bryan girls. And they call the foul on the Bears, and the foul will actually go against Delaney Miley.
That's two on her. But you're right, Jim. She that was kind of an NBA-looking move.
Yeah, she. I think that's that Euro step that they talk about an awful lot on that on the pro side. Yeah.
Well, the first free throw is missed. Kenzie Detmer is a 45% foul shooter. Miley will sit down, as will Schindeldecker.
You know, we were talking a little bit about Miner having a little bit of a bug maybe here early in the day. So far, she's looked pretty good out there.
She has, and the Bears lose it out of bounds.
Oh, man.
That was just not smart right there. Two Bryan girls were on the ball after one of them clearly had it and then just bumped the other girl out of bounds. So what should have been a Bryan.
Lamberson gets a rebound and a turnover on that little exchange in the same play.
You're right. Babcock with the basketball. Sydney Altman will launch a long three. No good. Rebound comes down to Bailey Krupp. This time Krupp gets out of the way. Miner with the basketball. She'll bring it up. Jump stop over to Miller. Now they'll cross court it. Underneath to Krupp. And they'll reset with Miner. Lauren Robinson is the other Bryan girl that's on the far wing there. She just came in. I missed her coming in. Miller with the basketball. Then they'll cross court it to Robinson. Robinson catches, puts up a three, no good. Rebound comes down to Lamberson, and we'll get a foul the other way. That's going to be on number 11, Emma Babcock. That'll be her first, team seventh. So that means heading to the line, it should be Kennedy Lamberson. There they go. They set that up.
Here you go. Got a couple scores from big B.B. Murray here,
Okay.
man. Striker over Fayette, 28-10 here in the second quarter. And at the half, it's Eden 15, Montpelier 12.
Are those both girls' games?
Both girls' games.
All right.
Yep.
Thank you to our producer, Ben Murray, back at WQCT, keeping us updated. Foul shot is missed, and they are just terrible from the line tonight.
It has been a rough evening so far for the Bears. That's going to need to get better here as the night goes on.
Liberty Center with the basketball. The Tigers give to Emma Babcock, trying to come through the key, and she loses the basketball out of bounds. And it's going to be white basketball. Actually, Babcock was able to dish at the last minute to Sydney Altman, who couldn't hang on to the pass. And now Liberty Center is going to do a little bit of press. Kelly Miller gets the inbound pass and gives back to Allie Miner. Now to Miller. They'll cross court it to Lexi Deach. Arnold with it now, underneath and out of bounds. It was looking for, Kelly Miller was looking for Bailey Krupp, just not able to find her. And that's another turnover for the Golden Bears. Right now the main stop scoreboard with 3:02 remaining first half. It's 13-9, Golden Bears lead over the Tigers of Liberty Center. Tigers will bring it up. Leatherman with it. Works through a screen. Gives over to Sydney Altman. Altman left wing working against Krupp. Passing inside. Shot is up and missed by Megan Skeens, but we're going to get a Golden Bear foul. It's going to be on number 24, Bailey Krupp. That'll be her first. That'll be the fifth team foul for the Golden Bears.
Skeens yet to be at the line here tonight, Chris, so this will be a first try for her.
She's up and good. She's a 78% foul shooter, Jim.
Well, you want to keep her off the line because she's about the only one that's hitting them. They were 0 for 4 up until that one here in the second period.
Second one is up and good as well, so that lead is cut in half. It's 13-11 now. Golden Bears lead, and Liberty's got that press back on. Kayla Arnold and Kelly Miller, and it's just stolen away as stepping in front of the pass is Skeens. And now Altman will go in really out of control, put up a shot, no good. Rebound comes down to the Tigers. She misses the shot, and they're going to get a Kelly Miller on the foul. They're going to actually get that on Minor. They're going to give that to Minor, even though it was Kelly Miller that was right there. Wow. Okay. So Minor now with two fouls. Babcock will put the first one up and good.
That's Babcock's first points of the night.
Boy, we can't give them lots of points when the clock is not running, Jim.
Well, not in a low-scoring game like this one.
Absolutely,
you know, 13-12.
Rebound comes down to Altman as the second shot is missed. She'll drive, then she'll dish to Babcock, who puts it up no good. And now Babcock climbs over the back of Kayla Arnold and will get the same foul that she got the other way. And Kayla Arnold gestures to the official, hey, I'm supposed to be shooting here. I don't want this ball out of bounds. She knows what's up. There's 8 team fouls. That means I get to shoot. So Kayla Arnold will head to the line shooting 54% from the field, or free throw line, Jim.
Need a couple free throws. This has been kind of a slow ball game here.
First one up and good. Deach will check back in. I'm really shocked that Allie Minor's still out there with 2 fouls this late in the quarter. Arnold's second one is up and good. The lead extends to 3 at 15-12. About 2 minutes to play here, second quarter rather, first half.
DB
Arnold
sent us this one over. Fairview and Edgerton tied up at 21, Chris, second quarter.
There you go, and that's a turnover for Liberty Center as they were looking for Emma Babcock and just threw the ball out of bounds.
That's 3 turnovers in the quarter for Olivia Leatherman. She's having a little bit of a difficulty here tonight. 5'1", and I'll tell you, this is the one time that Kayla Arnold can actually feel like she's tall out there.
Absolutely, she's an inch taller. Arnold over to Minor. Minor will cross court it. Nice spin move there, and the ball taken away though at the end. Kennedy Lamberson, nope, it's still on the floor. We've got a jump ball, and I think that's gonna stay with, nope, that's gonna go with the Tigers. So a minute 43, Bears lead 15-12 on the main stop scoreboard. Kelly Miller will check in for Minor. Hopefully Minor sits for the last minute 43 of this quarter. Don't want to pick up any more fouls.
No, it would be good to keep her on the bench, but she's been very quiet tonight. You know, this is not a normal night for her. Only 2 points so far.
So Tigers with the basketball. Altman working against Krupp. She tries to drive, and Altman better be called for traveling.
There we go.
There you go. Good call. That was about 2 or 3 extra steps that time.
Kayla Arnold was sitting down there waiting in order to draw that charge, but Altman had to take an extra step or 2 or 3 to get to her.
So Minor does come back in.
There you go. Well,
So
you need the offense,
yeah,
you know, as much as anything, and you hope that she's not going to do anything that's going to cause her to get that foul. But again, she's only scored 1 basket so far tonight, and your team does have to figure out how to score and win without her at times too.
Shot up and go. They're going to call a charge on Kennedy Lamberson. So the shot was missed, but it didn't matter because Kennedy picks up foul number 1, and that's the 7th team foul for the Golden Bears. So it doesn't count in the shooting because it was an offensive foul.
But from here on in, this last minute and 8, man, this could be a free throw shooting contest.
Leatherman with the basketball working on Arnold. Leatherman will go left. Skeens with the basketball now. We'll give to Altman. Altman cross courts it. Leatherman. Now they'll get it back door. The Pass back over. Now Leatherman with it again, outside the three-point arc. They're really trying to work it inside, Jim. Coming inside is Skeens. Well defended. Dishes out to Altman, who launches a three. No good. Rebound raced for. Allie Miner will pick it up. Allie Miner will head the other way. Allie Miner will put up a layup, miss the shot, and get fouled. She wasn't going to make that shot either way because of the foul was on the arm as she was releasing the basketball, and that was going to change the trajectory of the shot. But that'll put Miner to the line. She is a 58% foul shooter. And very quiet night, as Jim mentioned, only 2 points, and she averages 18.9 a night. First one by Miner is nothing but cords.
Well, as we saw her in the tournament, all of a sudden she can rip off 6-8 points in a minute, 2 minute time span. So who knows what's going to happen in that third quarter. The coach is going to have to figure out a way to get her more involved and get her to score a little more.
Second one is up and good, and she's going to check back out. Bailey Krupp will check back in, which is a good move. Don't want to pick up foul number 3 with 26 seconds to play here in the first half.
Well, that's why they pay Coach Grosjean all the big money, you know what I mean? Smart job, though, by Coach.
Kayla Arnold picks up a foul. That was not a good situation right there.
Reach in that backcourt, and I think that height was getting to her a little bit. You know, she's kind of muscling up Olivia Leatherman just a little bit.
So that'll put Leatherman at the line. She's a 59% foul shooter, averaging 4.5 points per game.
And the downside of this is you put Leatherman on the free throw line, shooting with an opportunity to cut into that 5-point lead. And as you said, with the clock stopped right now, you'd like to get in that locker room with that 5-point cushion if you could.
Kayla Arnold will check out.
But I don't think Coach Grosjean is ever going to be upset with the effort that Kayla Arnold puts out. You know, that was an effort foul.
Shot is up and missed, rattled in and out. And the Bears will take it the other way with 15 seconds remaining. Miner with the basketball. Over to Kelly Miller. Looking back door. They missed the girl. Miner now top of the key. Back to Miller. Miller launches a three. Got it! Kelly Miller makes it an 8-point lead at the buzzer. And at the half, the main stop scoreboard reads the Bryan Golden Bears 20, the Liberty Center Tigers 12. We'll be back with the halftime stats and information after this on the Golden Bears Sports Network. Back out on the Golden Bears Sports Network. It is 20-12. The Golden Bears lead by 8 on the main stop scoreboard. Chris Malenga and Jim Funderburg with you. Let's take a look at some other statistics and scores. First off, scores from around the region in girls basketball. In the fourth quarter, got a good one with Holgate and Hicksville all tied up at 34. Also, girls basketball, Bowling Green over Northview, 25-23 at the half. Also in girls action, Fairview over Edgerton, 19-16 at the half. See if there's any more girls scores out there. Southview loses to Anthony Wayne, 72-39. And Eden over Montpelier, 15-12 at the half. Taking a look at some boys scores. It is Lima Senior over Finley, 17-14 at the half. St. Francis de Sales, 25. St. John's Jesuit, 22. That one was a sellout. They earlier this week they had no tickets available for that game. It is Fremont Ross, the Little Giants over the Panthers of Whitmer, 29-25. It is Spencerville over Paulding, 27-19. That game is at the half. It is Crestview over Ada, 37-19 at the half. That is boys basketball. Elida all over Defiance, 46-33 in the fourth quarter. It is Lipsick doubling up Arcadia, 25-50. Gibsonburg over Danbury, 58-25. And let's see. Salina over Bath, 33-15. Lincoln View over Allen East, 47-20. It is Van Wert over Ottawa Glandorf, 31-29 at the half. And it is Toledo Christian over Ottawa Hills, 42-32. That game is in the third quarter. Those for your scores from around the area. Jim, you got some stats for us?
I've got one more score for you, and then I'll do some stats. BB sent me one over that I think is the halftime score. Edgerton over Fairview, 27-25. Is that one up on your scoreboard? I wasn't following as I was doing my
It's
scribbling over
it's
here.
past the half. It is. I had a halftime score, and it was lower than that.
Okay,
so that must be the third quarter.
27-25. He didn't send me a time frame on that one.
That's got to be third quarter.
Edgerton up on Fairview right now. Here you go. Here's the ball game. It was 9-9 at the end of the first quarter. Both teams really not having a fast start. But you want to talk about a slow second quarter. Liberty only scored 3 points in that second quarter. One shot from the field, 1 out of 6, and they were free throw wise. I didn't tally those up, but they were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 3 for 10 from the free throw line in that second quarter. So they got a chance to shoot a bunch of free throws, but they didn't hit many of them. But if it wasn't for the 3 free throws, in fact, they were 2 for 9. They would have had nothing at all going on in this quarter, because it was just a rough night. In fact, you know what? I got that right. They were 3 for 10 from the free throw line. They didn't score a bucket from the field.
For those 3 free throws, they wouldn't have been in double digits.
Yeah, not at all. So an interesting quarter for Liberty Center. They had 6 turnovers, 5 rebounds, unofficially, obviously. The Bears outscored them 11-3 in that quarter. Bears did a little bit better from shooting from the floor. They were 2 for 7. They were 4 turnovers, 7 rebounds, and they had 5 for 8 from the free throw line. So all in all, the Bears with a pretty decent second quarter, and now with an 8-point cushion as they went to the locker rooms. When you take a look at a few things here individually, though, Delaney Miley has 5 points tonight. Kayla Arnold with 2. Kelly Miller is the young lady that actually leads all scorers tonight by virtue of those 2 3-point shots that she's knocked down.
2 big ones.
She's actually 2 for 4 right now on the night, but both of those are threes, so she has 6. Allie Miner, you expect to put a double-digit number on her total before she goes into the half. She only has 4 points tonight, and Bailey Krupp with 2 this evening. So the Bears right now, just before starting the third quarter, are up 20-12, and our big buddy Chet Dangler down there revving up the crowd at halftime as they give it back to my buddy Chris Malinga.
All right, Jim, if you're Coach Todd Grosjean and you're up by 8 going into the third quarter, what are you saying to these young ladies in the locker room?
Well, I think you tell them they've played hard, but they've played kind of sloppy. I mean, you take a look at the number of turnovers that they've got. They've got 10 turnovers in the first half. They've not done extremely well that way. Now, part of that is the defense that Liberty does play. Part of that is the size of the team that they brought in here that we talked about a little bit. It's a good-sized team. But I think you got to find a way to get your star going here in this third quarter. Allie Miner. But the other side of that, Chris, and I made the comment that way in the first half, there is a time when you do have to start to figure out a way to win ball games when Allie Miner is having a night when she's either not feeling real well or just not having a real good night. Because as you go, she's going to draw double teams, triple teams.
Absolutely.
That's what we saw against Stryker that night.
Absolutely. So she has 4 points on the night thus far here in the first half. Well, the main stop scoreboard shows the score at 20-12. We're going to take our final timeout of this halftime, and when we come back, we've got the third quarter tip after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network. Back out at Bryan High School. Wow, the pep band really adds to the atmosphere here.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it's good to have the pep band in the house here tonight. They fill up the gym pretty well. One correction real quick, Chris. Delaney Miley actually was 6 points, not 5 points here on the night. She scored 3 points. She scored 4 points there in the second quarter, not 3. As she hit 2 out of 3 from the free throw line and then 1 shot from the field. So Miley and Miller both tied with 6 points here to lead the Bears into the halftime locker room.
All right, it's going to be the Bears basketball with Kayla Arnold inbounding here to start the third quarter of play. The main stop scoreboard shows it at 20-12 Bears with a 8-point lead as we start the third quarter. Miley with the basketball, gives over to Miner. Miner tries to feed underneath to Lamberson, who catches, then fires back out. Miner throws up a shot, no good. Rebound comes down to the Tigers. Liberty, quick 3-ball the other way, no good. Rebound actually hits the top of the backboard, so it's going to stay with the Golden Bears, and I'm going to stand because I'm having trouble seeing tonight. So Bears inbound the basketball. Allie Miner, she'll take it left side. Then over to Lamberson. They got to get it over the timeline here. Back to Miner. Gives to Miley in the center. Miley will just drive herself, then dish out to Kayla Arnold. Arnold launches a three, no good. That's the spot that she hit it from against Stryker. Miley gets the rebound, and what a nice dish around and puts it up. Now Miley leading with 8 points on the night. And the Tigers will come the other way. Altman with the basketball. She'll go left side. Tries to find a cutting player. And then jumping in front of the pass is Kennedy Lamberson. Lamberson will dish quickly to Miner. Miner will drive the length, put up a shot, no good. Lamberson tips the rebound around, and we're going to get a foul, and that's going to be on Delaney Miley. So that'll be 3 fouls now on Miley.
And she's been the young lady that's really been the spark plug for this basketball team. You really don't want to have to lose her, but you do. But, you know, you sub her out, and in comes Miller, and Miley basically been the 2 young ladies that have been stirring the soup for the Bears tonight.
Bears playing good defense. Sydney Altman went behind the back with a pass and dribble and almost lost it. Leatherman with the basketball working on Arnold. Now they dish over left side to Detmer. Detmer will feed inside to Altman, who puts up a shot, and Kayla Arnold took a charge that wasn't there. And it makes it 22-14. Bears will come the other way with it. Kelly Miller and Miner in the backcourt passing the ball back and forth. Miller gets it over, knocked away by the Tigers, and they'll come down with it. It's Kenzie Detmer. She's moving quick. She'll dish underneath, shot up and good. And Coach Grosjean wants a timeout because this is not the same Bryan team that was playing in the first half, as Liberty Center gets a quick 4 points here to make it 22-16. It's going to be a full timeout, so we'll take it with them. Your score, it is 22-16 on the main stop scoreboard. Back after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network. Back out on the Golden Bear Sports Network. The Tigers have gotten 4 quick points here, and that caused Coach Grosjean to call a timeout. Jim Funderburg, what do you say to them?
Well, he said, you know what, they didn't score a bucket from the field in the second quarter, and they're 2 for 3 right now, so you better wake up and let's get going.
Kelly Miller with the basketball. Kayla Arnold and Kelly playing catch back and forth in the backcourt. She'll have to hurry over, and she does. That's Kayla Arnold. Shaking off the defender, and now Arnold will be on the left side with a basketball. Arnold will come left, try to drive the lane, lose the basketball, get it back, look for some help. She's getting just harassed down there by Sydney Altman. She's able to get it to Miner, and now they'll reset with Miner. Miner will dribble through the circle, then give over on the right side to Lamberson. Lamberson will look to drive, then give to Miller, right wing. Miller comes top of the key over to Krupp. Krupp will drive. Krupp will dish to Miner. Miner will drive, puts up a shot, no good. And the Bears rebound it, and Kayla Arnold has it at the top of the key. Head fake, dribble drive, shot up by Arnold is good. Kayla Arnold now with 4 on the night. Bears up 24-16 on the main stop scoreboard as we go 5 minutes here, third quarter clock.
Give Bailey Krupp a nice pat on the back for that rebound to keep that ball on the Bryan end.
Altman with the basketball, and she's going to get a foul from Kayla Arnold. That'll be 3 fouls on Arnold. A second team foul, and so somebody's going to have to get up and go in for Kayla Arnold. It's going to be Schindeldecker. And also checking back into the game is Jerica Hollenbaugh. So Arnold's got to be frustrated with those fouls. And the Tigers will inbound. Schindeldecker playing good defense, but they get into Altman, who launches an ugly basket. Rebound comes down to Hollenbaugh. And now that'll be a backcourt violation for the Tigers, as the rebound came off and then went backcourt, and Sydney Altman tried to pick it up, and that's a no-no.
Here's another conference girls score. Archbold at the half up on Evergreen, 33-24, Chris.
Wow, Archbold is just really good this year. They were picked to win that conference, and they're 10-0 so far this year. Bears with the basketball. Kelly Miller baseline. That's going to be a huge foul on 45, Jerica Hollenbaugh. If you're wearing orange, you didn't like that foul.
Well,
if you're wearing white, you did.
It was really close. Hollenball almost got her feet set. I mean, that's what the Liberty crowd was thinking, that she was there and set. I don't think she got there quite in time, and it could have gone either way.
Bears inbound. Coming up and putting up a shot and missing it is Allie Miner, and that time Hollenbaugh did have her feet set. No foul called, though. Shot in the air is no good by Sydney Altman. Rebound comes down to the Bears. Miner will quickly pass it down court to Krupp, and stolen away is Hollenbaugh. So the 5'10 junior really making her presence known right now. Altman comes the other way, launches a shot, it is good. And Sydney Altman now with 9 points on the night. She averages 8 points a night. They get it over the timeline. Schindeldecker with by herself, and there'll be no shot, and they're going to get that, I'm assuming, on the floor.
Yeah, Cindy Altman again trying to get set, draw the charge, but hit the spot a little bit too late, gets the block. Bears basketball underneath their basket on the end line.
Altman will check out. Kenzie Detmer will check back in. And Schindeldecker will inbound to Lamberson. Kelly Miller with the basketball now. She'll drive. Put up a scoop shot up and in. Boy, the 5'3 freshman Kelly Miller with 8 points on the night tonight. And she has been great off the bench for the Golden Bears tonight. Leatherman with the basketball going the other way. 3 ball in the air. Megan Skeens puts it up and in. So every time the Bears get up, Liberty comes back. It's now 26-21 on the main stop scoreboard with 3:21 remaining third quarter. Bailey Krupp, spin move, up, no good. Rebound comes down to Lamberson. Lamberson with 2 girls all around her, able to dish it to Schindeldecker, who launches a 3 and good. The bank was open for Alyssa Schindeldecker, and the Bears lead is 29-21. Coach Grosjean really animated down there, clapping as that 3 ball went in the air. Olivia Leatherman with the basketball. We'll go left side, working on Kelly Miller. Leatherman over to Skeens. And she'll just slow it down a minute. Peyton Spieth with the basketball now, working against Allie Miner. Miner, well, they'll steal that ball away as Schindeldecker, and then they get it right back. Shot in the air and no good for Peyton Spieth. Ball goes out of bounds, and they're going to say Golden Bear basketball, although that looked like it went off the feet of one of the Bryan Golden Bears. Delaney Miley will check back in with 3 fouls. Sitting down is Schindeldecker. What a shot by Alyssa Schindeldecker, the 5'7 junior. Schindeldecker averaging 1 point a game, and she's 10%. She's 1 for 10 going into the game tonight.
Well, you know, if you put it in the box, it normally goes in.
Yep, absolutely. Bailey Krupp misses a shot underneath. She had nobody around her and just left it a little short. Quickly, Liberty Center comes the other way. Kenzie Detmer misses the shot, and then on the foul, or the rebound, we're going to get a foul on Allie Miner. So that's Miner's third foul, third team foul. And they're going to say that one was on the floor. The inbound pass is tipped away, but able to get it back is Peyton Spieth. Now it's stolen away by Miley. Miner will bring the ball down. Crossover dribble. Then get back into the center circle to Miley. Miley working against Peyton Spieth. Miley looks to go left, then she goes right, changes up that dribble, shakes off Spieth. Bounce pass over to Miner. Miner launches a 3, no good. That wasn't even close.
No, not at all. She's having a tough night tonight.
So the Tigers will bring it back.
0 for 5 in this quarter, Chris. That's very much unlike Allie Miner.
Leatherman will pick up a shot. I think that one might be on. Nope, that's going to be on Kelly Miller. No, they're going to call that a Miner. That's Miner's 4th.
Wow.
That's not a good situation. Even if you don't get any points, you still have that defensive, kind of presence out there.
You really need to have her out. You got to watch her because you never know when she's going to go get hot and go off on you.
Leatherman will
now she's going to have to sit down.
Yep. Kayla Arnold comes back in with 3 fouls. So we got some foul trouble. Kayla Arnold with 3, Delaney Miley with 3, and Miner with 4. I think that's all the people that are in trouble. Leatherman with the second foul shot coming. That one goes in. And so the main stop scoreboard shows 29-22 with a minute 37 remaining third quarter. Tigers still trying to press. They get Kayla Arnold, and calling a timeout as Coach Grosjean, because Kayla Arnold was kind of stuck there in the corner, and all sorts of trouble. Want to thank our sponsors, Jim, bringing you the game tonight on the Golden Bear Sports Network. Andrews O'Neill and Lowe, Bryan Athletic Boosters, Bryan Ford Lincoln, the Bryan Main Stops, Bryan Municipal Utilities, Crow Funeral Service, Northwest State Community College, and Overland Turnbull Funeral Home. Thank you to all of these sponsors for bringing you the games on the Golden Bear Sports Network. Whether you're listening on BryanSports.com's live stream or Q96.5 or watching the rebroadcast on BMU Channel 3, we are so thankful you're joining us. Jim and I have a lot of fun doing these games.
Oh, yeah. Possession arrow right now Liberty's way, so the young ladies in all the orange will get the next tied ball or
the ball at the quarter, if we've got none of them.
Yep.
Miley with the basketball, gives over, top of the key, 3-ball in the air for Lamberson is no good. Rebound comes down to Krupp. Krupp puts it right up, no good. Rebound comes down to the Tigers. Jerica Hollenbaugh in there making some noise, getting that rebound. Leatherman with the basketball, bringing it up, working against Delaney Miley. She'll go left side. Now over top of the key to Babcock. Babcock will look to drive. Babcock will lose the basketball out of bounds. That'll go to Bryan. So Babcock was looking over on the right or the left side and just not able to get it. Lauren Robinson will check in, the 5'6" senior bench player. Averaging 2.2 points per game will check in.
Edgerton up on Fairview with 2 minutes left to go in the third quarter, 33-30.
Boy, all over Delaney Miley are the players, and finally they get a cheap one. There were 2 players out here for Liberty Center that mugged her, no call, and then on the way in, the other official called a cheap one.
Hey, you take them how you get them, you know.
That's
what
right.
I mean?
That's the third team foul on Emma Babcock. Feel like that last one was the Maybelline call. All right. Bears have the basketball. Is Delaney Miley in the backcourt, 45 seconds to play. They'll bring it up. Looking for some help. Kelly Miller now with it. She'll drive the lane, and she steps on the line. Nope, we got a timeout. Nope, let's see, what do we get? Oh, we're gonna foul. That's gonna be on Kenzie Detmer. That'll be her second.
Then I think basically they say Detmer forced her out of bounds there on the end line.
I gotcha. I was gonna say, it didn't look like there was much contact down there. Jerica Hollenbaugh will check out. She has played really well inside, especially in the area of rebounding. They inbound to Kelly Miller. Cross court over to Kayla Arnold. Arnold looks to drive. Arnold back out to Miley. Miley will drive, put up a shot. It is deflected. No good. The rebound comes down to Liberty Center, and they're running the other way with 21 seconds to play and a 7-point deficit. Leatherman with the basketball, working on Miley. They'll go left side over to Babcock. Now back over to Skeens. Leatherman now on the right wing. Had under 10 seconds to play. Shot up is good. And that was Peyton Spieth, who had no Golden Bears around her. And there is no shot to end the quarter, and that puts the main stop scoreboard reading 29 for the Bears, 24 for the Tigers. We'll be back with the fourth quarter action after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network. Fourth quarter underway here with Liberty Center's basketball as we start here on the Golden Bear Sports Network. Bears looking like they're playing more aggressive defense at this point, and putting up a bucket is Emma Babcock. And it's now a 3-point ball game. Bears lead 29-26 on the main stop scoreboard. Bears would like to extend this lead for sure. Kayla Arnold with the basketball. Kayla will come inside, then dish back out to Miller. Here's Krupp, now back to Miller. Miller launches another 3, no good. Rebound comes down to the Tigers. Tigers bringing it up, and we're gonna get a foul on Kayla Arnold. Arnold can't believe herself. That's gonna be 4 on Kayla Arnold. That was, boy, I don't know about that.
Bears have a couple problems going on right now with Arnold and Miner both with 4 fouls and only a 3-point lead right now.
Schindeldecker will check in for Kayla Arnold. I'm not really sure what they called. They called a hold, but I know there was some traffic as she went by. But it is what it is, and Detmer will inbound the basketball. She gets it inside to Altman. Ball goes out of bounds off of the hands of Kennedy Lamberson, who jumped in front of that pass. And Bears need to be very careful right now. Inbound to Altman. Now they'll get it inside. Shot is up and no good. Rebound comes down to the Tigers, though, and then stolen away by Schindeldecker. Nope, that's going to be stolen away by Lamberson, and then she'll get the foul as the ball went out of her hands. And that's going to be the 6th team foul. That'll be Lamberson's second, and the team fouls right now for the Bears at 6 and the Tigers at 4. So this going to come down to foul shooting, and neither team playing particularly well from the line. Tigers with the basketball. They feed underneath, and they're going to say it's off of Kelly Miller.
Wow.
Miller stepped right out of the way, too, I thought.
Looked like she had, but not the way the officials saw it. Bears shot 5 for 14 in the third quarter compared to 5 for 11 for Liberty. Bears were outscored, though. I'm sorry, they scored 3 for 14. The Bears were. They were outscored 12-9 in that quarter.
They're going to get a foul. I think that's going to be on the Tigers. Yep, that's going to be on Peyton Spieth. I think the Tigers wanted a jump ball, but Spieth caused the harm. And now the Bears inbounding in the backcourt with the Liberty Center press. Oh, and they just threw it away. So the whole Bryan bench screaming for a carry. 3 ball in the air. This could tie it. No good. Rebound comes down to the Bears. And we've got a jump ball situation, even though Miley was pretty much on top of the girl. And we're going to bring Allie Miner back in with 4 fouls and 6:24 to play.
Well, you almost had to put her in and kind of hope she can give you a spark right now.
They're going to probably do this switcheroo thing between her and Kelly Miller on the offensive end.
Bears yet to score a point here in the fourth quarter.
Krupp with the basketball, almost stolen away by the Tigers, and we're going to get a no shot, but we're going to get a foul. That's going to be on, I think, Emma Babcock. Yep, that'll be her 4th foul. 6 team fouls now for Liberty Center quickly.
Racking up those personals here tonight.
Yep.
Going to be some folks that are not going to see the end of the ball game at the pace that we're in.
I'll tell you what, I can't believe how many times this whistle's blown in this game.
Yeah.
Ball is inbounded to Miner. Miner will give back to Lamberson, who puts up a shot, and she will draw the foul. So she'll head to the line. That's going to be on 22, Megan Skeens. That'll be her first. So Tigers are fortunate that wasn't Babcock that got drawn for that foul, but Skeens. And so that puts Lamberson to the line. She shoots 75% from the foul stripe. That one is up and nothing but cords. Kelly Miller will check back in for Miner. And Olivia Leatherman will check back in for the Tigers of Liberty Center. Babcock will sit down with the 4 fouls. Second one for Lamberson is also good, so it's a 5-point lead, 31-26 now on the main stop scoreboard with 6 minutes to go, 4th quarter. Liberty Center bringing up the basketball, working against Bryan. Sydney Altman with it. She'll dish over to Leatherman and knocked out of bounds by Kelly Miller as Altman was going for Detmer down low. So Detmer will inbound. She gets it into Altman. Altman will go left side, working against Krupp. Now Deach down there causing some trouble. They still able to get the pass off, and an ugly shot off the front of the rim. Rebound knocked away, and Liberty Center will get it, and a timeout quickly called by Coach Tim Davis as Peyton Spieth had nowhere to go. It was either out of bounds or turning the ball over, and it is a full timeout for the Tigers of Liberty Center. So we're going to take it with them. Your score on the main stop scoreboard, 31-26. Back after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network. Back out on the Golden Bear Sports Network, let's take a look at some scores. It is Fairview trailing Edgerton 27-25 in girls basketball action. Van Wert over OG with the boys, 41-40 in the 4th quarter. Looking for an updated score on Eden Montpelier. Hicksville beats Holgate in girls basketball, 54-43, and it is Elida a winner over Defiance, 62-36. Elida must be really good this year, Jim.
I'll give you the 2 updates you're looking for. The Lady Bombers over the Lady Locos, 25-24. And Edgerton now over Fairview, 33-30 with 2:17 left to go in the ball game.
Lexi Deach gets the foul, and that puts Peyton Spieth at the line. First one is up and good. 17 fouls both directions, which means every foul here on out, we will be shooting. Second one up by Spieth is good as well.
Six down for Spieth on the night.
So the Bears will have the basketball. Kelly Miller with it. Gets it quickly over the timeline to Kennedy Lamberson, who gives back to Miley. Miley working. Over to Lamberson in the corner. Launches a 3, no good. Rebound comes down to Krupp, and we're going to get a jump ball going the way of the Tigers. Krupp had the rebound, but Jerica Hollenbaugh came in and just grabbed onto the ball. And we're going to do the Lexi Deach for Allie Miner swap again. We'll see a lot of that. So the Tigers have the basketball in their own backcourt. And Miley knocks it away. Tigers able to get it, and we're going to get a double dribble. And Coach Davis is beside himself. Miner will check back into the game. He's looking for an explanation from the official. And it was a double dribble, the call. Probably didn't like that call either if I'm a Liberty Center fan.
No, when you're down 3 at this point in the game, you got a chance to maybe get down and tie this ball game up. You don't like calls like that.
Whoa, Kennedy Lamberson went way out of the way.
Lamberson cut into the rim. Miley thought she was going to head to the corner, and she threw the ball out of bounds.
So it'll be Tigers basketball. They launch it, and actually Lexi Deach is going to catch it and hold on to it. And she is just being guarded like crazy, and they finally get it away. Miley now all the way down the court to Krupp. Krupp will come inside. Krupp will put off an off-balance shot. She'll get the rebound and then dish back out to Miley. Now Kelly Miller now underneath to Lamberson, who puts a shot up and is fouled, and that's going to be on Jerica Hollenbaugh. That'll be her 4th personal foul. That'll put Kennedy Lamberson to the line. Kennedy now with just 2 points, both free throws earlier in the quarter. First one up and no good. It hits the front of the rim. Checking into the game is Megan Skeens for the Tigers. Hollenbaugh will sit down with the 4 fouls.
Need these free throws right now.
Absolutely. Lamberson's second one is up and good. She's got her average. She's 75% from the floor.
There you go.
Foul line tonight. Tigers bring up the basketball, working on a tough defense from Bailey Krupp. And now the ball is stolen away by Lexi Deach, and we're going to get a timeout called by Coach Grosjean. It'll be a 30-second timeout. Deach was right on her tippy toes in front of the Liberty Center bench, Jim, and just didn't want to throw that one away. So it'll be a timeout for the Golden Bears, 30-second timeout. We'll just keep it right here, and want to thank you if you're watching this game on BMU Channel 3 or BryanSports.com or WQCT Bryan. We really appreciate you watching us on the Golden Bear Sports Network. Having a lot of fun doing these games, Jim.
Oh, yeah, it's been a good start tonight for the Bears, even though they don't have their leading scorer, Allie Miner, really in the ball game. Only 4 points on the night for Allie, which is considerably below her season average. And again, you can just tell there's something not quite right tonight. It's just a little bit of lack of movement and everything. As you said, she wasn't feeling all that well today. The bugs have been going around. Everybody got back into school, and once you get back into school, guess what? This guy's sick, then that one's sick, and then we're all sick.
Hey, if you're watching the stream tonight on BryanSports.com, that's being brought to you by BMU Cable and High-Speed Internet. Love that cable and internet. I worked from home today for my job, and I was on BMU all day making phone calls and doing webinars, and it was It was great stuff. So check out that BMU cable and high-speed internet. Bears with the basketball, looking for some help. Kelly Miller has it now. They feed underneath, and Lexi Deach was just kind of boxed out by the Liberty Center defender and was unable to get to it.
Miller trying to throw the lob inside, but a little bit too far and not enough real estate underneath the bucket.
So Liberty Center now with the basketball again. They trail by 4 with 4:23. The main stop scoreboard shows 32-28. Tigers with the basketball. Altman passes over the timeline. And a shot is being put up no good by Kenzie Detmer. Rebound comes down to Kennedy Lamberson, and now they'll get it to Miley to clear it. Liberty Center hustles back into that defense. They've been playing a press pretty much most of the night, but now they're really trying to beef up their defense on the Bears side of the court. Deach with it. Over to Miller, now to Miley, who launches a 3, no good. Rebound comes down and goes off of Lexi Deach. Good effort there, but Bears can't get another bucket on the way down.
Miley had 6 in the first half, only 2 in the second half right now, and Bears need somebody to get hot here down the stretch.
Absolutely. Tigers bounce pass underneath to Olivia Leatherman, and they'll set it back up with Altman as she dribbles into the center circle. Altman working against Krupp. Stolen away by Miley, and this should be a hopefully easy layup. She puts it up and in. So Bears lead is 6 now, and another one almost is stolen away by Deach, and it gets knocked out of bounds. And they're going to say, who are they going to say it goes to? Okay, the Tigers. I thought he pointed Bryan's way. I was like, well, that was fortunate. So there is no sub coming in. Errant Horn there. Leatherman with the basketball, working against Krupp. Now Leatherman dribbling around the trees. Back to her, top of the key, launches a 3, no good. Rebound comes down, and it's going to be Kennedy Lamberson picking that one up for the Bears. If it's one thing that the Bears have been doing pretty decently here in this quarter, it's been rebounding defensively. Not so much offensively, but they're playing pretty well defensively. Feed underneath to Lamberson. Lamberson turned, put up a shot, and I tell you what, Megan Skeens was camped out there and said, come around me, bro, and she did. Yep. And that was a good move. Bears are bringing it down. Double teamed is Peyton Spieth. She's able to dish it off, and now an easy layup that is missed by Liberty Center's Kenzie Detmer. Miller will take it the other way, throw it down to Krupp. Krupp puts up a shot, does not go in, but Krupp does draw the foul and will head to the line. Foul is going to be on Leatherman with the blocking foul. That'll be her first foul. Wow. Olivia Leatherman, a 5'1" junior, bouncing all over the court, and that's only foul number 1 on her.
Hard to imagine.
Yep, that puts Krupp at the line to shoot 2. She's got 2 points on the night. First one by Bailey is no good. Bailey is a 58% free throw shooter. Miley will sit down for Allie Miner, and then Kayla Arnold will check back in. So both girls with the 4 fouls are on the court right now. I guess with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left, this is the time.
8-point lead right now. This free throw would be a big one right now for the Bears.
Absolutely. Krupp puts it up and in. So 3 points on the night for Bailey Krupp. Bears with the basketball. Excuse me, Tigers with the basketball. Krupp working on the defender. Altman with the basketball. Calling out the play. Goes left to Leatherman. Underneath now, then back out. Knocked away, and that's going to stay with the Tigers. Nice job there by Lamberson to get in there and disrupt the flow of that. So the Tigers will inbound off their far sideline. Coming inside, nice feed, and shot is up and good by Kenzie Detmer. That was a nice backdoor cut, and that'll be a 30-second timeout for the Tigers of Liberty Center. Jim, any updates on that score?
He's checking to see whether Big Ben had sent me anything. I don't have anything coming in from Ben at this point.
All right. Last time we had those scores, what were they?
You got the Eden on top of Montpelier 25-24, and Edgerton on top of Fairview 33-30.
All right, we're going to reset here for you. The fouls are 9 for the Tigers, so the next foul, the Bears will be shooting the double bonus. 17 fouls for the Bears, and the possession arrow favors Bryan right now, Jim. So 2:07 to play. The main stop scoreboard shows 37-30. It'll be Bears basketball under the Liberty Center basket. Coming off that shot, Lamberson will inbound to Minor. Minor with it. And now they try to double team her. She'll go right around them. Bounce pass over to Miley. Miley will dribble through the center court circle and then give out back to Minor. Minor now moving in. Back out to Arnold.
Bears going to work that clock just a little bit.
Kind of like a burn offense, that famous burn offense that Notre Dame used to use a couple years ago, where they just rolled it all the way to the end of the shot clock and threw up a shot. And Bears don't even need to do that. They just need to keep passing it around. Minor with the basketball. Gives to Arnold, and all they're doing is waiting for the foul, and Leatherman's going to get number 2, and that'll put Kayla Arnold to the line to shoot 2 with 1:23 remaining.
Well, you're down 7. You have to make something happen. You can't allow them to sit out there and burn more time. They burned over 30, almost 40 seconds off of that possession. And right now, every tick is important for the Tigers.
So Arnold has 2 now coming. First one is up and nothing but net.
There we go.
Kelly Miller will check into the game after Arnold makes the second foul shot. Minute 23 remaining. It's now a 9-point ball game as Arnold is perfect from the foul line. Miller will check back in.
And Arnold is perfect from the foul line tonight. She's 4 for 4.
So Bears kind of pressing, but not to the point where they're going to draw any fouls at this point. Launching a 3 is Altman, and that's good. So it is a 6-point ball game at 39-33, and now we're going to get fouls the other way as Kennedy Lamberson will be fouled by Altman. That'll be Altman's 4th. That'll be the 12th team foul, or 11th team foul, excuse me. And that'll put Kennedy Lamberson at the line, shooting 2.
Here you go. I got a final, our first final of the night. Stryker beats Fayette tonight, 60-21.
Wow.
And Fayette is in overtime right now with Edgerton. It's 45.
Fairview,
Fairview is on top, 45-42 in overtime over Edgerton right now.
Lamberson makes the first one. She now has 6 points on the night. Second one goes up and off the front rim. Rebound tipped away, but goes to the Tigers, and they'll hustle down with it quickly. Miley playing tight D. Tigers right on the sideline, able to get out of it. And up and missing the shot is Altman. She gets her own rebound and then puts up a putback, gets it, and gets the foul on Kelly Miller. So that'll be Miller's first foul. But here's the key. She's at the line with 54 seconds and a chance for a traditional 3-point play here, Jim.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's a maybe a little too less with not enough for too late, or somehow I'm trying to say that to you right now.
Too little, too late?
Too little, too late as we're down with under a minute right now, and the Bears up by 5.
Though, if you get it to 4, still 2 possessions, but
that's 14 tonight with the potential 15th point coming.
That one's no good. Rebound comes down to Lamberson, who will get the foul. So Lamberson will head back down and we'll do this drill again as 2 seconds went off. Foul is going to be on Peyton Spieth. That'll be her, it's going to be on Sydney Altman. That'll be her 5th. I thought he called it on 3, but I guess he called it on 5. So if
she's still hanging around, if that's
no, I think they gave it to the wrong person. I think that foul was on number 3, and that was her 4th team foul. That's what it is, Jim. Lamberson misses both of them. So the Tigers will quickly run down. 3 ball in the air, no good. Rebound comes down and tipped out of bounds. And they're going to say that was off of Sydney Altman as Kayla Arnold was going in for that rebound. They got to get this ball in Allie Minor's hands so she can shoot the foul shots.
Arnold was up about as tall as she could get, but the bigger young lady came up over the top and knocked that ball out of bounds.
They get it into Miley. Miley going to get the late foul.
They were trying to get the ball over to Minor, but the foul happened before they could get it that direction.
That'll go on Babcock, and that'll be her 5th. If this is right, I mean, I don't know.
Miley's 0 for 1, or 1 for 2, 1 for 2, 2 for 3 tonight from the free throw line, 2 for 3.
So they have 30 seconds to fill the position here as Babcock will exit with 5 personal fouls. Checking into the game will be Megan Skeens. Skeens only has 1 foul, so she's probably a good person to put in. We have 40 seconds and a 5-point lead on the main stop scoreboard, 40-35, and Miley needs to put both these home. First one is no good off the front iron.
Door stays open there, Chris. We've had that opportunity to slam it close here in the last couple of minutes.
The last 4 foul shots have been missed by the Golden Bears.
Not been able to do it.
Second one rolls home. Well, that would probably do it, hopefully.
Well, it's at least a 2-possession game, a couple of threes to tie it.
Tigers with it, lose the basketball. Miley comes up with it. Miley passes back to Minor, and let's see if they'll foul Minor. They do. So Allie Minor held to the line with 27.3 seconds to play at a 6-point lead. And Allie only with 4 points on the night, and I think she wants 5 and 6 right here.
That would definitely ice it right there.
Skeens will pick up the foul. First one by Minor is up and rattles, but good.
And again, Minor with only 5 points here on the evening.
Second one is up and good as well. So that makes it 43-35, under 30 seconds to play. Bears continue that press. Full court defense. They'll try to feed it in. Knocked away, then right back out to Altman. Altman will try to drive, put up a shot, no good. Rebound comes down to the Bears, Kelly Miller, and they're going to try to foul, but the official not calling it at this point. I think unless they go up and really mug her, it's going to let it dribble out. And Allie Minor will just dribble it out, and that is the end of the game as the Bears win on the main stop scoreboard by a score of 43-35. They're victorious, go 1-0 in the league, 6-4 on the season. Liberty Center falls to 5-6, 0-1 in the NWOAL. When we come back, we'll have the final statistics and much more after this on the Golden Bears Sports Network. Back out on the Golden Bears Sports Network, the main stop scoreboard shows 43-35. The Golden Bears victorious here over the Liberty Center Tigers. With the win, the Golden Bears move to 6-4 on the season. They are 2-2 at home, 4-2 on the road, and now 1-0 in the NWOAL. Meanwhile, the Liberty Center Tigers move to 5-6 on the season. They're 2-2 at home and 3-4 on the road, and now 0-1 in the NWOAL. I want to thank you so much for joining us today here on the GBSN. We want to thank Andrews O'Neill and Lowe, our sponsor, Bryan Athletic Boosters, Bryan Ford Lincoln, the Bryan Main Stop, Bryan Municipal Utilities, Krill Funeral Service, Northwest State Community College, and Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home. I know that the league tonight had Swanton at Delta, Wauseon at Patrick Henry, Archbold at Evergreen, and of course our game Liberty Center at Bryan. And it is, I know that Archbold won that game, and looking for some reports on the other ones. I'm going to give you the scores I do have, though, here as finals, as Jim is finishing up the statistics to give to you from this game. It is Delphus Jefferson over Columbus Grove, 39-32. Lima Senior losing to Findlay, 55-49. It is Gibsonburg over Danbury, 71-35. That's a final. It is Salina beating Bath 66-47. All these are boys varsity scores. Maumee leads Springfield 40-38. It was Kenton losing a close one to Wapak 65-63. Ottawa Hills goes down to defeat to Toledo Christian 57-38. Also in the boys, last report, Perrysburg over Napoleon 24-20. It was Elida beating Defiance 62-36. Ottawa Glandorf over Van Wert 67-63. Whitmer over Fremont Ross 65-60. Shawnee over St. Mary's 54-47. St. John's a 10-point winner over St. Francis 52-42. It was Central Catholic 55, Clay 32. Spencerville beats Paulding 75-56. Lipsick over Arcadia 68-32. And it was Pandora Gilboa over Arlington 47-45. Crestview over Ada 64-30. And Lincoln View over Allen East 57-37. Cardinal Stritch beats Maumee Valley Country Day 65-46. And Northview all over Bowling Green 78-51. Taking a look at some girls' scores, Perrysburg beats Napoleon 53-38. It was Genoa beating Lake 48-42. I've got a page back here. Hicksville over Holgate 54-43. And Fairview beats Edgerton 49-43. And still looking for an updated score on Eden Montpelier, and you're not going to get one because Ben is on the air right now. He just texted me.
There you go. Benny's doing a little scoreboard show right now as his ball game's over. All right, let me give you some stats, Chris. Right. How's that? Unofficial stats here for the night. I've got Liberty scoring 35 points tonight. They were 6 for 14 from the free throw line. They were 7 for 14 free throw line, 14 for 40 from the field. They had 22 turnovers, 25 rebounds on the night. Olivia Leatherman with 1 point, 6 for Peyton Spieth, 14 for Sydney Altwin, 3 for Kenzie Detmer, 4 for Detmer, 3 for Babcock, and 5 for Megan Skeens, 2 points then for Jerica Hollandball. So you total those up, you get 35 points. For the Bears, you always expect this to start with Allie Miner. Allie Miner with only 6 points tonight, so she was not the leading scorer for the ball team tonight. It was Delaney Miley actually with 11, 6 for Kayla Arnold, 3 for Alyssa Schindeldecker, 8 points for Kelly Miller, including a couple threes. Miner, we said, had 6, 5 for Krupp, and 5 for Lamberson tonight. For the Bears, they were 16 for 27 from the field, 13 for 22 from the free throw line. They had 14 turnovers and 22 rebounds. And the only score that really counts is the Bears in the final, 43-35. They were tied 9-9 at the end of one. They were up 20-12 at the halftime, and they were ahead of Liberty 29-24 at the end of the third quarter. So after being tied at the first quarter, they led at every other milepost here in the ball game tonight.
Well, nice job by the Lady Bears, and good win to open up the conference on a good note.
Yeah, you want to get that job done, especially when you're home. That is the one thing when you don't get the home and home in a conference like this one. You do need to take care of business at your place. Then you need to sneak a couple of wins in here and there around the conference to really be able to come out with a win and be on top of the NWOAL again. Archbold with an easy win today, so we know that Archbold at least is tied with the Bears here after game number 1 here in the conference play.
Our next trip to see the Lady Bears will be on Monday, January 23rd, as they host Ottawa Hills. We'll have that one for you. Our next broadcast, though, is next Thursday, January 12th. Will be the boys' game hosting Evergreen. We're also going to sneak another game in there that week as well. There's a big military appreciation game happening on the 20th, and we're trying to get lined up so we can help out and broadcast that one as well.
Yeah, I think that would be a great idea, and I'd love to do that ball game if everybody's around and get ready to go. But, yeah, the boys are playing pretty well. The girls playing pretty well.
Boys won their holiday tournament.
Yeah, so it was, I'll tell you, they started out a little bit rough, but ever since that, they've really started to play some basketball. Again, the biggest problem that the boys are going to have this year, again, comes down to height, because when they get over to Wasion and some of the other teams in the conference, they don't match up height-wise with some of the better teams in the NWOAL.
Well, that's going to do it for our broadcast. I want to thank Aaron Gilbert, Danny Humbarger, our cameraman, Eric Herman, our producer, and our executive producer back at Q96.5, Benjamin Bruce Murray. Thank you all for your service tonight and for bringing you this game here on the Golden Bear Sports Network. One final time for Jim Funderburg. I'm Chris Malenga. Your final score, the Golden Bears 43, the Liberty Center Tigers 35. Have a good night, everybody.